So we're going to do some setup in here so that our dialog can boxes can actually display so that we can do a little bit of testing with our UI, even though we don't have all the full systems implemented that are going to go behind them. So right now in our BP controller, so go to your controller class, we are printing these strings if we can interact or not interact. Instead of this, we're not going to do anything if we can't interact. And if we can, we're going to actually trigger a function in the NPC. So go to your base NPC, but leave control open for a second, and go to your base NPC, and we are going to create a function called interact. So if you do this little circle with a plus in here, and you're going to call it interact. And then we're going to compile and save, go back to our controller, drag off of our interact NPC, and search for interact. And if our NPC is like actually an NPC, not nothing, then we're going to interact with them, and otherwise we are just not going to do anything. So compile and save, and that should be set up all the way for your controller. We can close the controller for now, and we're going to go into the NPC and we're going to work on this interact right here. So the first thing we want to do is create a function that will show our dialog that we can trigger in here that will show us different dialog options. So remember that we created this struct that has dialog options, and each of our NPCs has their dialog options. So we want to be able to access those and display them as we need to. So we're going to create a function called update dialog. And you can create it over here, circle with a plus, update dialog, and it should look like this. You're going to click on it and add an input. So you're going to do the circle with a plus over here and add an input. I called it text, and it's going to be text variable type. So it's going to be that light soft pink. And then you're going to search for create widget. So that's what this one is, right? It starts out as construct none, and then you're going to search for your dialog widget that you made, and you're going to have that one be in here. So create widget, dialog widget, and then you're going to drag off of that and get the quest text. Now this is what I called that text in the center of my dialog widget. If yours is different, so this text right here that displays for the dialog, if yours is a different name, whatever you called it up here, that's what you're going to search for. And so I'm drag off of that and I search for that, and then I drag off of that and search for set text. And that's where you get this node right here. And set text, we're going to set it to the text we passed in. So I just dragged that over here. And then we're going to add this dialog widget to the viewport. And so that's what our update dialog is going to do, and then we can utilize this throughout our interact function. So in our interact function, we do have a variable, we need a variable in our NPC that is called quest completed. So make sure you have this variable. If you need to add it, add it. It should say quest completed, and it should be a Boolean, and it's just going to tell this NPC whether their quest has been completed or not. So make sure that you have that. We're going to create a branch right here. At the very beginning of interact, we are going to check if our quest has been completed, and we're going to pass that in here as the condition. If it has been completed, we're going to show our completion dialog. So we're going to search for that update dialog function that we just made, and the text that we're going to pass in is going to be from our dialog options. So we're going to get it. And remember that I have all these different options that I've already specified out in my NPCs. I'm going to drag off of this and search for break. And the break is going to allow me to pick just a specific one to pass in here. So you can see all these pins over here. I don't want the quest giving or the busy or the waiting or the completing. I want the finished, because if we mark this as completed, that means they already finished our quest. They already turned it in, and they're just coming to talk to us again because they like us, because they're like, be my best friend. So we want our quest finished text right here. And so that's what we're going to display first of all, if this is marked as completed. You can definitely test this out, because you can just mark one of the NPC's quests as completed. So like I'm going to go into let's see, go to the quest system, go into my NPCs, and I'm just going to go to Bob, and I'm going to mark Bob's quest as completed. Let me do this because it's easier for me to see. I'm going to take a little cog over here. You show inherited variables and go to quest completed, and I'm just going to mark Bob's quest as complete so that if I go into the world and I go and talk to Bob, it shows his completed text. So it's nice. There's less enemies now and it pops up and my button's working and I can click OK. So you can test that out. So that's his completed one. Now let's see if it's not completed what we're going to do. So we're going to get the game instance if it's not completed. And we're going to cast to BP game instance. Or whatever your game instance is called. And we are going to actually create a function in the game instance that is going to give us the quest state. So we're going to create something called an enumeration or an enum for short. There's something that exists in C++ that allows us to kind of create like a custom variable name so that we can like make the code more readable and like understand it better and not just be storing a bunch of strings everywhere. So we're going to create an enumeration. You're going to go to your quest system folder wherever you created your quest struct, your quest structure, and you're going to right click and search for enum. Or enumeration, and it's going to look like this. You're going to create it, and I called mine E_quest type. So this is going to give us the type. Sorry, not quest type. Yeah, this is the wrong one. Yeah, we want to get E_quest state. Sorry. So let's create an enumeration. I'll do this right. E_quest state. And I'm actually going to delete this quest type because we don't have it yet. Okay, so in the quest state, we're going to click this little add enumerator button, and we're going to have a bunch of different ones depending on what state our quest is in. So the first is our quest is complete. That's the state it can be in. Second, it can be in progress. Third, it can be available. And notice I'm doing all caps with underscores in between words. That's kind of the typical naming convention for enums in C++. And the fourth option could be busy. So these are all our custom ways that that our state can be complete, in progress, available, or busy. So have all four of those and save it. And now that you have those, we're going to create a function in the game instance that's going to get us the quest state. So we're going to go to the game instance. So wherever you have your game instance, open it up. You're going to create a function, so circle with a plus, called get quest state. And it's going to take as a value the class, the NPC class. So I'm going to go to, actually, no, it's going to take as a value the row of the NPC. Anyway, we're actually going to modify this later. For now, we're just going to make it really, really simple. So we're going to come in here and get the quest state, and we're going to add a return node. And we're going to do an output here, and the return node is going to be the state, and the state is going to be eQuest state, so our enum. And again, really simple. We're just going to return it. We're not going to have any reason for how we're going to return it. That's not going to happen in our quest system. But for now, just to test out our dialogue options and stuff, we're just going to do that. So then back in our base NPC, we are going to build this out a little bit. So we are going to drag off of our as game instance and get quest state. So we're going to call that function we just made. And we're going to drag off of this and say switch on. So this is the really cool thing we can do with enums is we can use something called a switch. It exists in C++. It's like a way to do branches or if statements, conditionals, but in a simpler way. So basically it takes this enum and it compares it to all these enums. It says which one does it equal, and now we have all these branches without having to do like a million nested branches. So that's really nice. So this is switch on. If you search that, switch on. So switch on quest state, it's going to give us all these options, and we can do different things based on it. So if the player is turning in our quest, right, if they're like, oh, it's time to complete the quest, then we want to, going back to our UI, we want to do our quest turn in widget. So if the player is completing the quest, we're going to create widget, and we're going to create that quest turn in widget. that we made in the quest boxes video. And we are going to add it to the viewport. And we're going to set the text in it. So get text, what did we call it? Quest text. And if you called it something different in there, make sure you pull it up and look and remember which one you called it, like we did with the update dialog. But we're gonna get that one. And we're not doing the dialog widget like we did here, so that's why we're doing this one here. Dialog widget anyway. Set the text. And we're going to set text. And we're going to set it to our quest complete text for this guy. So we're going to grab out the dialog options again. We're going to break it. For the pins, this one, we want it to be the quest completing text, like they're turning it in. And you can change these names if it makes more sense to you. I feel like I've changed them like 5 times to make sense to my brain. Add to viewport. There we go. So we're going to set the text to the quest completing text. And that's all we're gonna, and we're gonna mark our quest as completed. So we're gonna set our quest to completed. So that's what we're gonna do if the quest state is complete. So now instead of having, like if we're ready to turn it in, so we tested already complete, right? My other NPC, I didn't check his to complete. So let's test that one and let's have this return complete, which it is. And we can come out here and I can go to my other NPC and I can click that. And he's saying, yay, nom, 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 because I collected his cookies or cupcakes or whatever I intended that quest to be. And I can push OK and I can close it. So again, just the purpose to test all of our widgets is all we're trying to set this up for, even though the quest system is not in place yet. All right, so this is player is turning in my quest, right? We're in the NPC, player is turning in my quest. So if you want to add a comment around it so you know this part right here, this. Player finished my quest already. Like previously, like before, they're just coming back to chat, basically. They already turned it in, they're already done. All right, so let's test in progress then. So if we are in progress, we want to do our update dialog because we are just going to do the normal dialog box for in progress. But the text that we're going to get, so pull our dialog options out and break. This text is going to be our waiting, like we're waiting on them to finish our quest because the quest is in progress and we're waiting on them to finish it. So if we want to put a little box around this one, comment box, this is player is on my quest. Like they're working on it. They're not done, but they're working on it. All right, so now we can test that one too. We can go to our game instance that get quest state and change this to give us in progress instead. And now we can play it and go talk to our NPC and we should get the in progress text. Still need cupcakes, me starved to death. And then for available, that means they're ready to take on our quest. So they're available for a new quest right now. So if that's the case, then we need to create a special widget, right? We're not going to do the dialogue one for this one. We need to create a special widget and we need to create our quest accept widget that we made. So that's the one with the 2 buttons, like accept, decline. And for this one, we want to set, what did I call it in this one? Sorry, get text. I think I called it box text. Yeah, get box text. And set text for that one. So again, it's whatever you called it in your widget. If you like need to go back and pull it up and be like, what did I call this text? Mine up here, box text. Back to here. So I'm gonna set text, this pink one. And for this guy, I'm also gonna add to viewport. So I'm gonna have that happening here. And I'm gonna grab the dialog options and I'm going to drag off of that and break that. And for this one, I want it to be quest giving text. Right? I am offering my text to my quest to them. Over here. So this is player is available to take my quest, right? So they're going to offer it. And so back in our get quest state, we can change this to available to test that. Play, run over here, push E, collect cupcakes, me eat, me need food, yum yum, and I can decline and it goes away, and I can accept and it goes away. Right now, it's not doing anything else, and that's fine. We just want to make sure both buttons work, right? All right, and our final option, it could be is busy. That means they're on someone else's quest, right? So they can't take our quest because they can only have one at a time in our system. In this case, we want to update dialogue because it's our normal dialogue box. But we're going to drag out and get our dialogue options and break. And for this pin, we want this to be the busy text, like they're busy. Busy, busy. And that's going to connect to there. So if we put a comment around here, player is on someone else's quest, right? They're too busy to take mine. Whatever you want that to say. And we can finally test this one by going back to here and doing this as busy. And compile and save, go talk to our NPC, and you too busy to help me. So in order to show me this, you just have to show all those different dialog boxes working, and that will pass off all the dialog boxes for you. So the quest accept, the quest boxes, like all of those, that will pass off all those UI ones for this assignment. All you have to do is come in here and just change this and go out there and test it. And show me those different ones popping up, and also have one where it's marked as complete as well in the NPC so that you can show me that one. So you should be able to come in here, change it, test it, and show me all of those pop-ups for the quest working. So there's our total bit of code here.